Hello everyone, Catweazle here and welcome to the channel. And welcome back to Zombicide, Black Plague, Dance Macabre, Chapter the 2nd. Okay, where are we up to? Well, the heroes, if you remember, started here. They had to pick up a token, an objective token in here, a blue one, which they did. Silas picked that up, I think it was Silas, yes it was, and that meant they could open the blue door. Had to kill a walker here, and he did that, and then what we did was we broke through, went into this room. Generally the first couple of turns we did a lot of searching, we killed a couple of monsters. Samson in particular took out a fatty, and just basically, while there weren't too many zombies on the board, what we're focusing on is getting some equipment. As it's finished, poor old Samson's on his own. He's faced with a runner and this walker, while everybody else is in this room. It's now Baldrick's go. So Baldrick, our magician, he's going to be next. So let's get on with turn 3. Oh, just before I do get on with turn 3, just a quick note about noise. Thanks to Marty for pointing this out. Essentially, each hero is its own noise token. So when I was talking before about like the zombies, you know, having memories like goldfish and all that sort of stuff, no, they haven't. They will always hear the heroes. The heroes take their own noise token around with them. These ones are like additional ones. So if the zombies don't have line of sight on you, then they will rely on noise, and they will go to the noisiest place. So that's what these are for. So you can say, right, that's the noisiest place, this is where the zombies are going to head for. If there's no noise tokens, they'll go to the place where there's the most heroes, because they do actually make noise. So that's just to clarify that I got that wrong. Anyway, let's get on with turn 3 and Baldrick's go. And here we are. So Baldrick is next. What's Baldrick going to do? Well, the first thing he's going to do is he's going to search. He's going to have a quick search, and let's have a look. Oh, he's got a spell. Death Strike. Excellent stuff. Combat spell. Does make some noise when it is cast. Range 0 to 1. 1 die. 4 or better to hit, and it does 2 damage. Brilliant. Does 2 damage. That means we've got somebody else who can kill a fatty. That is excellent. So we will put that into his player tray. That is brilliant news for Baldrick. And what's he going to do for his second action? Well, what I was going to do, I was actually going to bring him out here in order to blast these two with his mana blast. In fact, I'm still going to have to do that. He doesn't have a weapon that can open this door. I was thinking if he had a weapon that opens that door, could open the door and hit the fatty and kill it with Death Strike, but he can't do that because he doesn't have a weapon good enough to open the door. So we'll go back to our original plan. For his second action, he's going to move here. For his third action, he's going to use his special ability, which is Spellcaster. And that means he can do a free magic or enchantment action. So he's going to do a magic action. Doesn't matter which spell he uses. He'll use Mana Blast. And he's going to attack one of these two. Now, because he's using a ranged attack, we're going to have to use the targeting priority order, which, as you can see, is Walker first. The runner is down at 3. So this first attack is going to be against the walker. He gets a 5. Brilliant stuff. So that is really excellent. So let's get his player tray. And that puts him up to 1 experience. So he's had 2 actions. He's used his spellcaster action which was a free magic action, so he's got one left. With the one that he's got left, he is going to try and mana blast the runner. Come on, Baldrick. A 2, rubbish. So he's actually missed. He's missed the runner, but he has got rid of the walker, so that's pretty cool. So well done, Baldrick. Right, that's the end of Baldrick's turn. Next up is Clovis. Now, what we're going to do with Clovis is, I was going to try and open the door, but as it stands, that's a bit grim because we have got this runner. We don't want the runner activating. Gets 2 goes and he'll be able to put a bit of a hurt in on old Samson. We don't want that. We need to kill it. So Clovis is going to move 1, 2, and then he is going to attack the runner. So he's going to be using his short sword, so he needs a 4 or better. A 1. So unfortunately Clovis hasn't been able to polish off that runner. This is bad. This is pretty bad. Right, so that's Clovis's go. Next up is Nelly. Now, I don't think we're going to send Nelly up there as well. What will Nelly do? Nelly's going to search. Let's see if we can find something decent. She's found something extremely decent. She has found a zombie. Ambush. Place 1 standard walker in the zone that you just searched. Right. So we've got another walker that has appeared from behind some piece of furniture. Well, fortunately, she's still got 2 actions. So she's going to try and take it on. She's going to use her short sword. But she has got a dagger now. So let's just check what the dagger does. Yes, we get an extra die with the short sword. So we'll get 2 now. And we need a 4+. And she gets both of them. We're better than 4. So she has got rid of that walker that just appeared. And she gets an experience point. Right, so she's done that. She cannot search again now. But I'm thinking, ooh, does she want to do something like trade? She would have traded with, oh, she's got a free movement action. Don't forget her free movement action. So she's going to move here for free. So that's going to be her. So that was her first action. Still a first action after that move. Her second action is going to be to trade. And she's going to trade speed, this spell, with Baldrick. And Baldrick is going to give her the plenty of bolts. He feels he doesn't really need that. For any sort of ranged attacks, he's going to be using his spells. Right, so that's that bit of trading done. She's still got 1 action left, and she's going to move back in here. So that is Nelly's go. Next up is Samson. Samson's going to have to take this runner on, try and get rid of it. It's unfortunate, we did want to sort of get this way, but we can't let this runner, we can't let him live. So the first thing Samson's going to do is attack. He's got his hammer, needs 4+ with 1 die. Gets a 4, brilliant. Gets rid of the runner. So that is not going to bother us. And Samson is going to go up to 2 hit points. Brilliant. He has still got 2 moves. So he's going to go 1, 2. Because we're going to need him in here for when we break this door open. Right. Next up after Samson, we have Silas. What is Silas going to do? Well, first of all, he's going to trade. And he's going to trade with Anne. And he's going to give her the dragon bile. Because she, if you remember, has got the torch. So he's going to give her the dragon bile. Now, what we could also do here is Anne could give the torch to Silas. Silas gets 2 cards then to search. Discards 1. But yeah, I'm not a big fan of that. It seems to be sort of playing, gaming the game a bit. In fact, what I'll do, it's not. Thinking about it, isn't gaming the game a bit. I suppose if you were just on your own in a dark room and one of you had a torch, you would pass it over to somebody else. But I think what I will house rule is, you know, if there's any zombies about at all, I won't have any trading. I don't think it's right. If you can't search when there are zombies there, I don't think you should be able to trade. But as it is, he's given the dragon bile to Anne. And Anne, in return, is going to give him the torch. So he's going to put his torch in his other hand, in his off hand, and he's going to search now. And that means he gets 2 cards. I'm just going to check the rules. I think he gets 2 cards and he gets to pick one. Won't be a second. Actually, it doesn't mention discarding anything. If I do, I might be getting this from another game. I don't know. I'll pull 2. She'll keep the 2, but if you're meant to discard one, let me know and I'll discard one later on. But I can't find anywhere in the rule book where it says that Silas will actually have to discard either of the things that he finds now. So he finds a zombie, brilliant. He'd obviously discard that, but he gets to keep a great sword as well, which is obviously, oh, this is different. A great sword, but you'd think that would be easy for opening doors, not worse. Obviously 0 range, but you get 5 dice. But you need a 5+. It's obviously a bit unwieldy, probably. And although you get 5 dice, obviously getting the killing blow is a little bit more... You don't have much finesse with it, I suppose, is the idea behind that. So he gets a great sword, and we get a zombie, which is obviously a walker. Right, so let's sort that out. He puts a great sword in his backpack. And, right, the zombie. Actually, did I put a zombie there? Did I put a zombie card in here? Right, zombie. Walker, in it goes. Okay, so Silas is going to have to take it on. So he's traded and searched, which is 2, so he has got a last action with which to tackle this zombie. Right, so he's going to use his short bow. It is 0 to 1, so he's going to get 1 die, and he needs a 2 or better because he is Silas, and he gets a bonus. That's 6. Gets rid of it easily. Right, let's give him 1 experience point. So he goes up to 6. We're still in the blue though. We're still in the blue. And that is the end of Silas's turn. After Silas, it is Anne. The first thing Anne's going to do is she's going to trade. As I say, there are no zombies there. Silas has just got rid of it. So she's going to trade the torch back. If Silas hadn't have killed that particular zombie there, I wouldn't have allowed that trade. Because I just don't think it's right. But considering there's no zombies there, then fair enough. For a second action, she's going to search. So she's going to get 2 cards because she's got the torch. So she gets apples. So she's going to discard this for 1 experience point. Excellent. So that moves her up to... Oh, everything's fell out of a tray. I'll put that back later. That moves her up to 3 experience points. dragon bile and her short sword back. And the last thing she finds is a fireball. So that's a spell, obviously. Makes noise, obviously. Range 0 to 1 zone. 3 dice. And 4+, and it does 1 damage. Cool. She shall put that in her backpack. Cool. Right, so she's traded, she's searched, and now she has got 1 more action. I'm wondering whether to open the door. Who have we got left? Well, we've got nobody left, so she's not going to open that door. I'll just check if she can do a trade with anybody. We've got Samson, Nelly and Silas with her. Is there anything that we particularly want to trade with those? Not really. What I think we'll do is we'll leave it there and she'll let her action hang. Unfortunately, I don't want to open this with the last person because we get the spawns in here and then they're all going to move. So we don't want them moving in the zombies phase. So she's going to leave it at that. She's going to let her last action go. Let's move into the zombie phase. And here we are in the zombie phase. Activate attack or move. They can't attack. Shut doors. They can't move because of the shut doors. Funky. I've forgotten to put noise tokens out. So there was a couple of mana blasts, weren't they, from Baldrick, and we had at least, oh no, I don't think, the short bow didn't make any noise, so that wasn't a problem, and none of Clovis's or Samson made any noise, so it was just the 2 mana blasts. We'll take those off come the end phase, but they should be there. Nobody moves, and it is now the step 2 spawn. So let's see what we get. Oh, you're joking, we got another fatty. No! Right, we've got another fatty, but fortunately Baldrick has now got Death Strike, so he can actually kill fatties now. So let's get a fatty. Let's get a different one. Let's see, have we got we've got a slightly different sculpt. One who's not holding his guts in. So there he is. Righto, so he has spawned. Okay. That was the blue spawn. We're still in blue, remember? So that is the end of the zombies phase. Let's get into the end phase. And here we are at the end phase. We get rid of the 2 tokens that I forgot to put on the board at the correct time. Okay. After that, what we've got to do is move the first player token. So it moves from Baldrick. And it now moves to Clovis. Righto. So let's get on with turn 4. And here we are at turn 4. Now Clovis can't attack this fatty, which is bad. Of all the things that could have been spawned, we get the one that Clovis can't kill. So what he's got to do is he's got to use 2 actions to move to here. Normally it'd be 1 action, but because there's a zombie here, he has to spend an extra action to sort of evade it. So he's going to spend that action and the extra action to actually move. And then with his 3rd action, he's actually going to go in here. So that is Clovis's move. After Clovis, we have Nelly. What Nelly's going to do is try and open that door. She's the 2nd player. We've got 5 players to go. So let's see. Hopefully we'll be able to deal with anything that occurs. So she's going to use a short sword, which means she will actually, on a 4+, she can actually open this door. I don't think the dagger gives her anything here. I think it's just the sword. if you're going to open a door, you're just going to use, like, you can't use them both really. So you're just going to use the sword. They're both a 4+ to open a door, so let's see how she goes on. A 3, not good enough. She's going to try again. A 1, and with her last action, she's going to try one last time, and she does it. So that was a grand total of 3 noise tokens. So plonk them there, but we will actually open the door, which will obviously please the fatty no end. So she's opened the door, and that is the end of her turn. Oh no, she's got a free movement action, hasn't she? Should she use it? I think she will. If anybody else is going to do any fighting against zombies and stuff, it'll be somebody else. So she's going to move there. But obviously, as soon as the door opened, we have to do a spawn in here and a spawn there. Now, I'm not so sure, because these guys were here first. Pencil Paulie mentioned, like, do you have to spawn in that area? It doesn't actually say, but just to cover myself off, I'm going to spawn in the areas anyway. So I'm going to spawn here and I'm going to spawn there because they're connected. So where the fatty is, we get no one. So that worked out okay anyway. And in this room, nothing in sight. Woo! So we've only got the fatty. So we did very well. Got away with that one. Right, oh. So after Nelly, we have got Samson, and this has worked out perfectly. Because Samson is going to march in here with one action. With his second action, he's going to try and hit this fatty's head off. And he gets a 6, because he's absolutely amazing. Fatty is gone. Let's put him back. And whoop. Samson goes up to 3 experience. He is taking no prisoners as far as fatties are concerned. So brilliantly done. He's got 1 action left, and what he's going to do is he is going to search. And he gets a spell, a scroll, repulse. Again, makes noise, but this is an enchantment. Once per turn, select a target zone the survivor can see, then a destination zone at range 1 from it, sharing an open path, and 1 zone farther from the survivor. Zombies standing in the target zone are pushed to the destination zone. Cool. Another spell, possibly, for trading with Baldrick. So that is Samson. And he has finished his turn. After Samson, we have Silas. What is Silas going to do? I think he's going to do a move. May as well get in here. He's going to do a move, and then he is going to do a search. And he finds some apples, which is bad. Discard this card, gain 1 experience point. That would put him up to 6. I'm just going to check whether he has to discard the card straight away. If not, he'll keep hold of it. Won't be a second. Hello everyone. Couldn't find anything, but to be honest, you find an apple, you don't have to eat it. So what he's going to do is he's just going to put that in his backpack. So he's not going to take the... He's not going to discard it yet because he doesn't want to go into the yellow zone. So he's moved 1, he's done 1 search, and in fact he's going to trade next. So he's going to trade, and he's going to trade the apples and the great sword to Samson, and I think Samson will give Silas repulse. It'll probably end up with Baldrick in the end, but it saves Samson getting 3 things in his backpack. So let's share it around a bit. So we've given the apples and the greatsword to Samson, and that is the end of Silas's turn. Next up is Anne. Similarly, Anne is going to move into here. For a second action, she is going to search. And she gets herself a sword. So this is 0 range again, but you get 2 dice, 4 plus, still 1 damage. 4 plus to open a door, makes a bit of a sound, but what's really important is it's slightly better than a short sword, because you get those 2 dice. So what she's going to do is she is going to put a sword into a backpack, and she's going to put a sword in her right hand, and she's going to put a short sword into a backpack. And with her last action, she is going to trade again. And the reason she's going to trade is this short sword. Oh, can it? Hang on. Yep, she's going to trade. That's it. I knew there was something. She's got Fireball. She's going to trade Fireball. And she's going to give that to Silas. Let's have Silas with all the spells till such time as Baldrick can catch up with him. There are 2 ranged, so they're more likely to stick together and attack from range. So I think Baldrick will have more. There's more likelihood that Baldrick will end up stood next to Silas. So we may as well give him all the spells now. Right, so I think that's it for Anne. That's the end of her turn. Next, we have, it's the last person to go, and it is Baldrick. Baldrick, thankfully, has Death Strike. So his first action is to cast Death Strike at the fatty. It can do 2 damage, so we need a hit. Death Strike is 4 plus, and this is going to be his free magic action. So Spellcaster, he gets a 6. Amazing. Let's keep hold of this dice, it's red hot. Right, so he kills a fatty. And that gives him another experience point. Moves him up to 2, which is brilliant. And he still has 3 actions left. So what he's going to do, he's going to go 1, 2. And with his third action, he's going to trade. And he can get these 2 spells off Silas. Yes, that works out well. So he's now got Speed, Repulse and Fireball. He's got Mana Blast and he's got Death Strike. He's tooled up to the max with magic. That is brilliant. Fantastic. So that is the end of the player phase, I think. Yep, that is it. So let's go to the zombie phase. Well, as it stands, we're doing pretty well, I think. Don't think I've cocked up. I may have done. Probably notice in editing. But I think things are alright. Oh, got to put a noise token here for him killing the fatty, I think. I've got to remember the noise tokens. Were there any others? I think everybody else was using like silent weapons. There's only Baldrick who's using like ranged attacks making a noise, and he only used 1, didn't he, to kill the fatty. So I think there's just 1 noise token there and all the noise tokens to open the door here. Right, so that's pretty cool. The only zombie we've got is the runner. Runner's not going to go anywhere, can't get through this door. Funky. So, spawn time. And we get a double spawn. Whew. Mind you, we did pretty well here. We didn't get a single one there, so it's worked in our favour. Like last time, we're going to have to pick 2 cards. So we've got a walker. We'll get a walker here. And we've got to pick again. And we get another fatty. Bloody hell. Right. So we've got a walker and a fatty here, but at least they only move one. It's runners that move twice, well, activate twice. So these guys, you know, not too bad. We might be able to move everybody into here, and you know, we can sort of wait for them and take them out. Perhaps Baldrick can, you know, sort of shoot through here, shoot through the open door and take them out a bit later on. So that is the zombie phase. Let's move into the end phase. And here we are at the end phase. So we've got to remove all the noise tokens. With those. Funky. And that is the end of turn 4. And I think we'll leave it there. A witter on, so this is probably going to be about half an hour. So we've done pretty well though, I think. Done very well there. We got lucky, the spawns in here when we knocked the door in, we didn't get any. Okay, we got a double spawn here, but we didn't get any more runners. Managed to kill, you know, quite a few zombies. Well, 1 or 2 zombies. We managed to kill 1 or 2 zombies quite easily. And we haven't gone into the yellow yet. We're still in the blue. And I think we're managing it at the moment quite well. So slowly, catchy monkey, heading this way. We'll get into here and we'll use a vault. Just forgot all about mentioning the vaults in the previous episodes. Vaults are sort of underground places where people have been hiding the valuables and stuff. These are the entrances to vaults. And in vaults, obviously, they kept valuables. So this card that's been here, this is an artifact card. There are 2 artifact cards. I don't know which one it is, but once you get into the vault, you can spend an action and have a search round and find yourself an artifact. Hopefully, it will be nice and powerful, but I don't know which one it is. We'll have to go through the vault, because if you notice, even if we come through this way, it's a dead end. We don't have any doors out of here. The only way through is down into the vault, up here into this room, and then we can come out of this door, but we'd have to go through this vault. So the whole idea is we pile this way, over there, through the vault, up the vault, and then we'll come out again. We've got to find that green objective token. Once we find that, we can get through here. Unfortunately, there'll be a load of zombie spawns from here that are sort of chasing us through, and this, as soon as we find that green token, this will become active. So I think as far as long-term planning goes, we've got to keep our powder dry, and we've got to keep that dragon bile in reserve. Hopefully we'll get here, if things get a bit hairy around here, we can chuck the dragon bile, kill everything, and manage to get in here and Baldrick, activate the magic circle, and the job's a good one. So that is what the plan is. Whether we're able to stick to it, I don't know. Okay, thanks for watching. This is Catweazle, and this is Zombicide, Black Plague, Dance Macabre, and the end of chapter the 2nd. Thank you for watching. Thanks for all the subscriptions. Thanks for all the views. Thanks for all the comments and the support and everything. Thank you very, very much. If you get a chance, please bob across to Board Game Links. Give the site a bit of an upvote. We're nearly in the top 50, folks. Nearly. I'll stop mithering. If we get into the 50, I'll just stop mithering then. And then I can retire. And just turn around and say, got in the top 50 once. So you won't hear about it again. But we're so close. We're like 51, something like that. Anyway, apart from that bit of begging, I hope you join me next time for Zombicide, Black Plague, chapter the 3rd. Until then, this is me, Catweazle, signing off. Toodaloo.